Welcome to Prophetic Mothers. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more uploads.
Know me when I'm poor, know me when I'm rich. You claim relationship. Okay. All right. So, relationships. I love talking about relationships because all of us are surrounded by relationships. Whether they are filial or business or acquaintances, whatever. The Bible talks about different types of love: filial, storge, eros, and agape. All right, so whatever, all of those are relationships. I have 7 children and 4 grandchildren. And I watch my relationships with each of the 7 is different. I have some, one of my daughters, if you pick broomstick to beat her, she has died already before the broom touches her. She will die. Mommy! She will beg you. There's another one I have. Tell her I'm flogging her 12. She's doing it like this. You flog the 12, finish, say, sorry, mommy. And she's up. The only thing that can make her to stand straight is her food. She loves her food. So you say, you are not having lunch. Yeah, mommy. I have a son. Tell him to kneel down. You have just killed yourself. Because when he's kneeling down, he will amuse himself with his fingernails. He doesn't need anything. If you tell him, go to your room, you have made the worst mistake of your life. He'll go to his room and you hear him singing. It doesn't bother him. He's good on his own. He loves his own company and yet he loves people. But the one thing that will get my son to sit up, he loves his horses. He grooms his horses before it's time for school and he'll get ready before his sisters. Primary school. That's how much he loved them. So you tell him, you're not riding horse for 2 weeks. Hey! He will beg from here. He said, Mommy, anything you want me to do, I will do. But please, I'm not reading 50 for 2 weeks. I beg. And then you have the ones that negotiate. You have already told them, if you do this, I'm going to flog you 12. They will do it. Then when you catch them, say, Mommy, please, can I ask you one thing? I say, what? Please, can you flog me 6? I said, you knew the punishment was 12. Why are you negotiating with me? So we're surrounded by relationships all over. Nobody was designed to do life alone. We perform at our optimal best when we're within community. Isolation is one of the most powerful tools of Satan. The strategy of Satan. He isolates you, then he cuts you down. If you watch Animal Channel, you will see that when the predator is going after the prey, he doesn't start pursuing. Let's say it's a lion going after antelope. He doesn't pursue all the antelopes at once. He starts by roaring. Then they start running. What you Igbos call osondu, the race of life. They are running because death is coming. Now, no matter how fast an antelope runs, it can never outrun a lion. The speeds are different. So the antelope is running full blast with all of his life. He's going. You see the lion just galloping along very lazily. He's just following them. They are running. After a while, you find what is called the stragglers. The ones who start falling back. Old age, sickness, youth, too young to run too fast. The lion just keeps going until one remains last one. That last one, once he is cut off from the rest, is the end of the story. What does the lion do? He speeds up, goes past that one, and turns and faces him. He's done for. That's still a strategy of Satan. Relationships, if you fall into the wrong kinds, they will isolate you and then kill you. So I want to talk about a particular kind of person to look out for when you are getting into relationships. Whatever relationship. A boss, a parent, a child, a friend, a lover, a spouse. There's certain people who are called by a certain name and it's registered in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders. It is called narcissism. So narcissistic personality disorder. Now, let me bring it on before you begin pointing again like traffic warden. If you take a picture with a group of people and they bring the picture to you later, who do you look for first? Yourself. That is narcissism right there. Why is your eye going to yourself? And then if you think you don't look nice in the picture, what do you say about the whole picture? Say bad picture. Because you see, say yourself, you don't find inside. That's narcissism right there. All of us have a measure of the narcissistic in us. But narcissism is not a rigid parameter. It's on a spectrum. So you go from 0 to 10, let me say 10 being the highest. The higher you are up the scale, the more likely you have the disorder. Some people are borderline. So some days they will look like, hey, this person normal. Another day you say, hey, brain dead, this person heart, you know. They're on the cusp of the cutting edge of having the personality and disorder and not having it. So you measure yourself again. We find the perfect description of the narcissist in 2 Timothy chapter 3 from verse 2. Do I have the time to read it, or I'm going to send you home to go and read it? No more, just talk. After I'm going to go read them. 2 Timothy chapter 3. Read it. You will see the full description. The 9 characteristics of the narcissist are contained in those verses right there. So, who is a narcissist? Is a person who is so self-absorbed to the exclusion of others. So self-focused. This is not a self-focus of vision. This is a self-absorption of, in fact, taking on a godlike personality. That whoever is in relationship with them has to bow. In fact, if not be say, small thing remain. Narcissists will expect God to bow to them. They are God. Everybody must bow. You must come to them with heavy doses of praise and accolades and praise singing, even when they don't deserve it. A narcissist is the one that walks into a place and takes charge, whether he is asked to or not. Command people up and down. And if you don't respond accordingly, fire will come out of their eye, bite you. A narcissist is one who doesn't have empathy. Have you ever been in a relationship with somebody? He don't do you something, they pay you. You they cry. No carry newspaper, they read. He doesn't care. He's completely, or shit, don't make a mistake. Oh. Man day, woman day. Let's not be mistaken. That's how we're thinking. Only men were adulterers and the enemy was sowing tares while women slept. Now women don't catch up. In fact, we don't they pass the men for adultery. Man, I know they put out for only men again, no. When they look the women too, then they do. Our center is also a marriage counseling center. It's amazing, pastor. I'm having more couples coming for counseling, and it's the wife who has cheated. You think they shock me? Say some men, they will still forgive you. Say, okay, let's work it out. Here one woman, very narcissistic, sat in front of me after committing adultery. Husband married her a virgin. He was the virgin, not her. I think that they hear. So I'm sure you didn't understand. That's why you kept quiet. So he was the virgin. She cheated on him, and they came in for counseling. And she sits in front of me with this attitude like, yeah, well, okay, I know it was wrong of me, and I've made my peace with the Lord. He needs to get over it already. Hey. Now I tell the man, sir, please, can you go outside? Go to the other office and wait for me. I asked her, how old are you? She said, I am 25. I said, my first 4 children at that time are older than you. How dare you hurt a man like that? And then tell him when he should get over it. I said, if you were my daughter today, I will slap your mouth. It will go out of alignment. Are you mad? We're looking for men like your husband in church. Out of every 10 men, 9 are struggling. We have seen this one. You don't know what you have. You're sitting and telling me, he should get over it already. You know what I told you, man? Leave this woman. I'm not that kind of pastor that tells you stay there and die. If the person had no Greek correct, waka. I'm not joking. What do I mean by waka? Don't get me wrong. I'm not trivializing the marriage covenant. It's one of the most powerful things that holds the earth together. But when God made marriage, there were certain minimum standards of behavior that were expected. When a man or a woman will not stop committing adultery, they have become serial adulterer. Please. I have a cousin who sat at home with a serial adulterer and ended up with HIV/AIDS. Faithful woman at home. She died from AIDS. And she was a good woman. I have husbands who are carrying AIDS because wife went and brought it. Now wait. Only Jesus was called to die. He don't die. He don't resurrect. You die, your blood goes for nothing. It's not good enough to save another. So don't shed it. God sent you here with 2 eyes. You sit down there with a terrible, violent spouse. And then when you appear before him, it's 1 eye you have. Because his spouse took it. That's not what Jesus sent you to do. His body was broken. So that yours will not be broken. Hello, I'm entering one area where I know finish today. So ma just stay for this narcissism thing. Who is a narcissist? A narcissist is the one that comes into your life and the first aim they have is to cut you off from every other person that is a resource to you so they can isolate you. Like I said, isolation is a tool of Satan. Once you're isolated, you are at their mercy. They do anything they want to you, but because you've broken down all your other relationships, you have nobody to run to. So you stay and you take it. That is the narcissist for you. Let me tell you how the narcissist operates. First thing, if you meet somebody today, and next week he tell you, I want to marry you, run. Run, no, he's a narcissist. She is a narcissist. You know why? The narcissist cannot be by himself or herself. They always need people that they draw fuel from. So once one relationship is ending, they cannot afford to have a void. They begin to prepare another person to replace this one that is about to go. Then when the person goes, they already have a replacement. There's no void. They need a person around them or people around them. They can draw fuel from anywhere. Can draw it from that is malam where they sell for front. If they're like, oh God, good morning, your cloth is fine, no joy. It has fed his ego. He's feeling good about himself. But the closer you are to the narcissist, the more potent the fuel you bring. Let me explain. If you go to foreign countries, you find unleaded and leaded fuel. Unleaded is cheaper than leaded fuel. So the fuel that the narcissist gets from, okay, in case you don't understand me now, fuel at the top, fuel. Like petrol, like kerosene, like gas, fuel. Okay, so the fuel that the narcissist gets from the malam on the street because it's far from him is unleaded. But the one he gets from the closest person to him or her is leaded. So in the mind of the narcissist, why go for the unleaded when leaded is available? So let me give you an example. So a narcissist dresses up in the morning and is looking good and the spouse says, you look beautiful today. Now he can say, oh, thank you. The wife or the husband feels good, the compliment was received, and the person smiles. He has received fuel because you've complimented him. But another day you say, you are looking good, and you say, is this today you are noticing? Have I not been dressing up? My friend, get out of my face. And the spouse's face changes. The hurt shows on the face. And the narcissist is like, yeah, I got him. I got what I want. That thing is. So if you can get that painful one, why do it from a nice place? The nice one, the value of the fuel is 11 over 20. The bad one, the value of the fuel is 20 over 20. Why go for 11 when I can get 20? So every time their aim is to hurt you, to wound you, to goad you, to prod you, to offend you, so that you show them a reaction. That reaction is what they're looking for. So the best way to kill a narcissist is to learn how to keep your face blank. I just gave you a strategy. Blank face. If you like, they shout. If you like, no shout. If you like, sing. If you like, no sing. My face just D. Can't tell what's happening inside. That's the fastest way to kill narcissistic onslaught against you. Okay? So, the narcissist will, first of all, do what is called love bombardment. They'll come into your life. That car went there for, what do you call a vision board? First thing they do, take the car. I love you so much. I can do anything for you. Now, before they get into a relationship with you, they've done reconnaissance. They've reached out to all your friends. They know the kind of songs you like. They know the kind of books you like to read. They know your favorite movie. They go on your Facebook page and see what you consistently talk about. Until you say, now, what do they think? Now we'll go be. So what do they think for your head? You are thinking of a knight in shining armor. He will come galloping on a horse to carry you, because you don't read romance novel. The guy will come galloping on a horse. He sits in front of you and starts to sing the song you like. All of me. You say, oh, that's my favorite song. You say, oh, we're kindred spirits. Hello? Men I keep quiet, my time don't finish. So now no one hear the rest, when they make noise. Time go, they go. But he says to you, we're kindred spirits. He blitzes, it's called a blitz. He blitzes you with love, attention, time, finances, acquaintances, connections. Everything that you dreamed of, that person will become. Suddenly you turn around and you're like, my God, I didn't know it was possible to find someone who could be everything I ever dreamed of. So they get you where they want, and you start off a relationship. Once you commit, and they have you where they want, they enter the next phase, and it's called devaluation. They begin to devalue you. The person that told you, I love slim people, will suddenly start looking at you like, why are you like this? People will think I'm not feeding you. My friend, can you go and put on some flesh? But you told me you like... And I never see girl wear black before. Suddenly, don't yellow. Because one guy said, I like fair people. She don't go bleach. Once you turn bleach yellow, the next you hear from him is, fair people irritate me. How do you go back to black? You gonna go and use shoe polish? You gonna use shoe polish? Hello? So, the narcissist begins to devalue you, and what they're doing is messing with your reality. It's called gaslighting. You begin to doubt yourself. You doubt your sanity. You doubt your capacities. You doubt your decisions. You doubt yourself. You lose so much self-esteem. You don't think you belong anywhere or anybody should see you. They devalue you. Then when you are thoroughly devalued, they discard. They can discard you within a relationship. It doesn't mean they walk away. In fact, you don't walk away from the narcissist. Those people that go after X and wound them, shoot them, maim them, they are probably narcissists. Narcissists with psychopathic tendencies. They are narcissists with sociopathic. Is a wide field, so make a no enter. But hear this. They discard you and you're on the floor crying, bleeding. Then you begin to listen to men like Bankole, listen to Stan. You're going to hear RMD, and you begin to build yourself back up. Once they see that you're becoming strong and you don't need them, they come back with what is called the hoovering. They start to hoover you back. I'm so sorry for what I did to you. I don't know what happened to me. It will never happen again. Please, I love you too much. If you leave me, I'll die. I'm going to commit suicide. Hey, make I tell you, narcissists don't commit suicide. They love themselves too much. He no go die. Tell him, bros, you say if I leave you commit suicide, I'm better off without you. Die. He will not die. She will not die. They will not kill themselves. They hoover you back. And then you, because you are called an empath, an empathetic person. The narcissist is a predator. He knows how to zero in on people who have kind, good hearts. People who are compassionate, people who care. And they come after you to feed off of that goodness. Do you understand? And because you are good like that, you believe the person, yeah, he even cried. She was even crying when she said, sorry, I've never seen her cry. Well, let me give her another chance. You give the chance and you repeat the cycle all over again. It's gonna happen again and again. So people, as you choose relationship, shine your eye.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more uploads.